Good morning, fellow hippies. I see we're kind of in the dark a little bit this morning. There we go, a little bit better. That little light from the camera. I don't care, but I don't want much light. For entertainment purposes only, and yeah, I'm going to be here all blooming week. So yeah, yuck it up. Yeah, I need those lights in there. I can see them. Yes, I fidget every time I get up here. I have no idea. Hold on, this is backwards. No, I am. So what is going on here? Hmm. Yeah, I'm having, never mind. I'm having a moment. I think it's called a stroke. It's just going to have to do. Yeah, I'm going to have to follow my protection team. I'm fired. Love Wanda. Yeah. Hard to fire yourself. Not as bad as I thought, though. I'm wearing a cute little floor length dress. It's got the pleated type panel, so it kind of flows when you walk, and it's a bigger, wider skirt. It goes to just about ankle length. So I love this one. It's got the 4 buttons down, and it has the panel of this material that goes down one of the panels. And so it's really cute, and it's very light. So I love this thing, and I've been happy to get some of them out of the closet, so to speak. Yeah, I'm still a busty girl. Never was. Long story short. Okay. I did see a hell of a lot that looked good. I'm ashamed of what's going on in my own country. I am more than ashamed. I'm devastated, basically. This is beyond belief. It's beyond the pale. I don't know where these parents are for these universities. And I do remember that former President Eisenhower, his granddaughter talked about this a lot, which was that he had given a speech and he said, do not militarize the police. Yeah, see, we remember that. We hippies remember him saying that. Yeah, well, part of other things. Or maybe afraid of missed it. But he did. He said, don't use the military complex. It's getting worse. You're getting control without quite coming right out and saying so. It was his last address, from what I understand. And he made copious journals that I believe are in possession of his granddaughter, which is why the highways are named Eisenhower, because he had them built. And I know I'm old enough to remember when we didn't have the Eisenhower Highway. So, yeah, all this dirt. So, we have techniques for lighting and so forth. We have a great makeup artist. Yeah, I wear all those hats. Okay, so I don't know about the rest of you, but again, I didn't see anything of note, basically, that I was agreeable to at the very least. I fear for Israel. They have such a terrible choice that they have to make while the world is going slap stupid. I, 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 I can't wrap my head around what the students are doing, let alone where the hell the parents are. Personally, if I had to arrest you on my campus, then the arrest warrant's going for at least one of your parents as well. So this shit stops. These aren't kids. People go, oh, they're kids. No, honey, they're not kids. I started serving in the military just before I turned 18, and I was no bleeding kid, I'll tell you right now. And I was a good kid. I had never left home. I didn't run around with boys. I had made preparations for the future and so forth and so on. There's very few who do that now, although I did instill that same work ethic into our children, and they do wonderfully well. Um, my stepdaughter has 3 children. With the oldest, he's so cool. He finished his training up at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, San Antonio, which is where I used to work, one of my first duty stations. But I ran a whole division, and I even got to be drill sergeant to the nurses for 2 weeks. So, I love that. They hated me because, of course, I was not an officer. I was a non-commissioned officer, but I was not an officer. But I sure knew a lot about boot camp. Used to get them arrested by the Air Force. Nothing long story. Somebody to make a movie about it. Wait and see. So I had to go through wardrobe. I rejected 5 things only this morning. I usually try to do that the night before. It gives me more time. I reject 12 or 13 things. So I had to go through that this morning. Then I went through the jewelry. And I have a lot of jewelry, which made me angry because I'd already spent 15 minutes and I hadn't found anything I wanted to wear. So I ended up with this necklace again. It seems to be one of my favorites. And I mean, whatever pair of earrings reach my fingertips at that point. And as anyone can see, I'm early this morning. Those of you who follow me, bless you. God loves you. I love you. It reminds me, hit the like, put, the bell. I just tickle it. And subscribing is free. You can turn it off if you like later. Um, if you like this, please share it with a friend. It's Social Woodstock. I wanted to see and talk to all the hippies and have like our own 70s show kind of thing before they stop us from being able to do this. I had watched podcasts off and on for about almost 2 years. And then I decided I wanted to try that. I was like, that's so cool. We could do Woodstock. And because you can reach millions of people. And I was like, all right. So I finally got up enough gumption. I had gone through the same trial and error when I became a published author. You're like, should I write a book? Should I not write a book? So I sang him hawing around about it, as my parents would say. And then I decided I wanted to do it. I wanted to at least try it. And I looked into what it would cost for the equipment for me to be able to just pop out, say, for a month or so and see what happened. And my son got me a starter set at Christmas. And then my husband had also gotten me a starter set for Christmas, which is my boom mic and my golden mic. And I love this because I move it wherever I want. And I'm hoping everyone can hear me okay today. I had these lovely sensitive earphones on that my husband also bought me. The headband, I never seem to change this one, do I? It's a favorite. It doesn't make my head hurt. So I wear it when I'm on. I don't wear it constantly. I'll throw a different one on it. And yeah, it's because when I'm working, I'm old and I don't want all that hair in my face. It's bothering me. So, I throw one of these. And I just came back from my hairdresser a couple of days ago, and I love the cut. It's all smushed down now, but it's great when it's all around my face. I always look like 73, 64, but I love that the camera only adds 10 pounds. They lie to you, girls. They so lie to you, girls. So that adds 40 pounds. I mean, literally. I made it this morning. Like I said, I'm exceptionally ashamed how the world is seeing the United States education system right now. And if those universities and colleges had the sense of a pissant, they would see that this is not going to be seen favorably by the world. And I wonder how many students they have that are foreign. Oh, I don't know. I have several Israelis, though, who they are not protecting, helping, nothing. So, barricade yourself in your room. What? These kids spend a fucking fortune. Pardon my French. It made me just livid this morning when I looked up there and I saw this mess. Where the hell are the parents? And what they're crying and whining about is that the police had to throw people to the ground and tase them. Did you see these protesters in the police's faces? They've got riot shields and spit guards, thank God, because they're riot shields. You shouldn't have to do this. Now, they just lost. They had 8 police officers shot, 4 fatally. I know at least one was still severely critically wounded, and I don't know if he'd made it out of ICU yet. So they've already had 4 officers 2 days ago die serving a warrant. And if you can see a picture of this dude, I immediately knew it was a terrorist. This is some of the ones that have been coming over the border. And this was not Hispanic. No, no, he was from the Middle East. And I've seen deader eyes on an animal that's crossed over. Only. This man had completely dead eyes. He was so evil. It just oozed from his picture. The more police that jumped up and tried to get, especially the fallen soldiers, I call them fallen soldiers, man down, but man down is man down. This was horrific, what happened to these officers. And this is, it's supposed to be one of the most civil, safest countries in the world. Well, we lost that title, I'm sure. I think the Russians are actually ahead of us on that. They're doing better. What? We stood in line because everybody took the toilet paper when they had a little virus out. And everybody had to run to get that shot. Well, I don't know about the rest of the baby boomers, but I bet you a dime to a donut we didn't go get it. None of us did. I knew I'd already had it twice and managed to get through it on my own by what had happened to me when I had caught the exact same pneumonia several years back. But I had it in 2019, was when it got me on Labor Day weekend. So I had 5 days of water not staying down. This was vicious. But I had a humidifier, two humidifiers. I had medications, and I knew some herbal lore, and I had tinctures. I just knew some things to treat symptoms, just as all they do is treat symptoms. And I had antibiotics, and it still took 5 days, and I didn't end up. And I had an inhaler as well as the humidifier. But that's not true with what was going on with everybody. They didn't really have all that stuff. And what they did to the homes, the elderly homes, is should have been people in jail. It should have been actual. This was thousands of deaths. This wasn't one or two. This was thousands of deaths. They got smallpox rates and sent them back into the sealed off, mind you, sealed off elderly homes. Might as well said the same thing. They sent them right back in there to kill everybody in the place. They knew they weren't. They knew this. They sent them back. Now the man in New York was the worst about this, and I still don't hear anything happening to that piece of garbage. So no, I didn't see anything I liked this morning. But they can sue it for a president for his actions, and he ain't done anything. Made money, which they made sure the courts try to take all of it. You gotta wonder where the hell the justice is in this. We look like a laughingstock around the blooming world. Wake the hell up, people. Now, I don't think I need to tell a hippie to wake up. They done been woke. They talk about all this you've been woke shit. Honey, we've been woke before you were thought of. And we'll probably be woke long after you're thought of. And so, yeah, put that in your cash that check, okay? Get some more free goddamn college. Sorry, Lord. But it's a real sore subject with me. I had to pay for my college, just like everybody else in our age group. We had to pay for our college. They didn't give it to us, and they say, okay, we'll pay the bill. They still aren't doing that. I bet you if I walk back into a university right now, and you can be 80 and still get a degree, doesn't matter. You pass the shit, you get the degree. You know, I bet you that my bill wouldn't be a free one. And I served my country. And these people are tearing my country apart at the damn base, at the roots. This isn't little. And I think people it comes in one ear maybe and out the other. I'm the same way. But when they took the terrorists at that time was the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation or Libertarian something organization. In any event, Liberty Organization. They accepted them into NATO. So I don't know how much that cost them. But in their opening speech, they said they were going to kill every Israeli. You can't make this shit up. And then they were going to go on global jihad. And then they looked in the camera and said, America, we're going to get you from the inside out. We're going to be your senators and things. They flat out said this. Now, I know most people don't see this. I'll watch a clip if it's interesting nowadays. But that was on regular news when it was regular news back in the 90s. And I was like, and then, applause, What the hell? When did you start giving terrorists a seat on NATO? How many people you got to kill to get a seat on NATO anyway? Because they're sure coming after Israel. And again, the former president, justice system trying to get all his money and make sure he loses this election. I don't care. I don't get to vote because they've already done that at the Electoral College. If you don't believe me, Google it. It'll tell you the president is elected by the Electoral College, which is supposed to be a reflection of their people in their states, what they want or who they want. So how do they know that? Because I never talked to one of them damn people, not once. Nobody ever has told me, well, we're going to vote for you. No, they haven't, because how to tell them, well, that's not what you're supposed to do. Vote's mine. If it's we the people should be voting. Oh, they say, yeah, they go out there November 4th. Yeah, they do. I'm sure they do. You know, what is that? It's already been decided by the Electoral College. Again, Google it, check it out. It's there. Get your butt down. I have too many cats, especially the two that I'm keeping care of. Get down. It's either that or Pixie. Oh, he's a bred cat. He's like a little bobcat. And he talks. They all do that a little bit. So, again, coming back to what we were discussing, or at least I was discussing. Please hit like. I'm desperate. No, really, I'm desperate. I was like, how am I going to get it to be? I don't like to be a down type person. It's hard at best, I'm saying, for all of us. But something's happened to. Oh, who's at me? And she's telling me I can't do that. Excuse me. No. Yep, there comes the Bob. Sorry again. So everything that can happen has gone wrong. Will go wrong. Yeah. Sorry about this. Again, we probably also will hear the Kitty 500 about to start any moment. I love my life. It's never dull. Never a dull thing. So, yeah. I said amazed at what's going on. I also saw, which is why I managed to mention militarizing the police. Well, this was done decades ago. But I was surprised when they went out to, was it Emory? It might have been UC. I don't know. One of them is doing this because there was two in New York as well. So I think there were 4 campuses. I don't know. There were too many. One is too many. But they had actually smashed in the windows of one of the halls and took the hall over. They actually took, this is their, I can't even express it. I'm like, where are your parents? But this isn't defacing property. This is destroying property. And they did a really good job of that from what I saw, because of course there's security cameras in there now. So they'll get who did this. There was a clear, you could clearly see him. This dude, single, the glass so I can open the door so everybody. So, yeah. What about the best of the people that go to these colleges? Because if they're not at the protest, of course, then they're a target. Yeah, they're a target. This is America, the United States. And yet, the United States, if you ask me, I've seen coming close to physically proclaiming civil war again. This is, the president goes after the Texas governor because thousands upon thousands are crossing illegally every day. Hence, 8 officers being shot, 4 being killed 2 days, I think, ago. Might have even been yesterday. It's one of those moments when I don't want to get the kid. I want to get the parent or parents. I want them fined. I want the kids kicked out of the school. They can't do that if they don't belong to that school. So if there's a principal in there worth a pain of salt, why are these kids not ejected from these schools forcibly? You keep the money, you have to refund that. Nobody refunds anything. It's like everybody's used to that. These are people my grandson's age. And my grandson would say, oh, no, I can't stay here. Grandma will kill me. Grandma will be here before I leave. That's not going to walk with me. And any kid, I don't care if it's my kid, somebody else's kid, grandkid, I don't care. Wrong is wrong, right is right. So why are these people being allowed to commit these wrongs by the thousands? Why are they still at the campuses? Are they all students? If they're all students, I'm sorry for you. You should have a simply worst summer ever. You should have no students, because if that's most of your students, get them out. You get to the parents. You want your money back? Go sue the parents. Huh? Who's going to pay for all this stuff? Who's going to pay you? Huh? You're going to charge these kids? I didn't see any charges. You were yelling at the police who were trying to stop it. And they had to come in right here. And that's, again, why I mentioned this particular thing. And to take the hall back, they actually brought in I had seen this piece of equipment. It looked like a black tank. And it had a ladder that extended out like a fire truck. But it was an armored tank. But it had the little So they got him out of the hall finally. Yeah, you can't do much with a tank. But why is the tank being driven by the police and responding by the police? So that's very evident that they are militarized. And if anybody hasn't seen that, tell me. I will put your link in, or you can look it up. This was a tank. This was a high-tech tank. I'd never seen it before. It really shocked me that oh wow, yeah, the police are militarized. When I see a tank, I think Army. I'm a veteran, so and immediately I think of that. But that our military did not have to yet respond is I'm grateful for that. That the police are that well armed, well, I can understand the need for it. I don't like it, but I can understand the need for it. They also said these kids were being brutalized and tased, and what were they going to do to the people that live between the river and the sea? Calling for their death enough? Because I'd taste the shit out of them, and I'd probably have pepper sprayed him too, and hog tied him in one of them cocoons and thrown him in there. And then I'd get the parents. I'd get them by the wallet. And at some point, somebody in charge needs to be in charge. Either get out and get somebody else that will take charge of this crap. Quit embarrassing America and yourself and your parents in particular. It looks like you guys were all raised with monkeys. The monkeys did better. Seriously, there's been tests done. I mean, it's not rocket science. So it's not just these kids. Although, yes, these are not kids. And I say kids to anybody under 50, really. But no, these people, I know, served 2 or 3 years, have been around the country by the time I was 20. Um, these people in school, that their parents are paying for this. And the parents have no problem with this? Yes, I see you. Get down. She sees herself on the monitor and she likes that. Get back. No. No. There are days, and then there are days. She's behind me now. Sometimes she would jump on my back and then stand up on my head. These cats are nuts. And I'm that far off. I got one of them jackets where you hug yourself. Kate, it's sitting next to my apron just in case. Probably got one of those. So that's me. Yesterday, bless his heart, in between working and doing all that stuff, he ran and he got me a new dishwasher. And he ran and he had found me a curio cabinet that lights up. It's all glass inside for me to take my things off of the roadway for the Kitty 500. And I'll take those down because these are open stacks. I think you can see a little behind me, maybe by the, yeah, they're against the wall by that standing lamp. There's 17 shelves the way it's done. And you can make different sizes or whatever you mix them in. And I've had it forever. I got it from a friend of Robert's back in 90 or maybe 92 or something. We weren't married yet, so it was before 93. And I always put books on it. And then I had too many books, of course, to put on it, which surprised me because this thing held a lot of books. So we had to buy 2 more bookcases. And finally, I stopped buying books, and now I've gone back to buying them. Again, because if something happens to the electric grid, say, an EMP pulse, for you that don't know it, send me a comment, hit the live stream, and I'll be happy to tell you what we're talking about there. So you can't get up. You just do not listen, do you? And on top of that, I'm crying again. So we have, I'm getting stared at by my black kitties. Everybody's mad because of the little kitten that didn't even have her eyes barely open and they were infected. And she didn't even have any teeth yet. They were coming in. So she was about a week old, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I think she about 10, 12 days old. Anyway, I have had to leave the adult cats where they can't get in because they scare the shit out of her for one. Just, there's 15 cats. It's like, where's the kitten? so, yeah, I'm going, through one of those. I decided I would not watch any more news today because I have to get down. Get down. No, get down. Don't hide behind there. Get down. Get down. Oh, that messy cat. I swear it's like Sabrina's cat, you know. I think it's actually got magic. It's it's popping up over here. You can't see. There's a sink under here as well. And then there's another area where it's got a piece of marble and it's a hollow area so you can keep your limes and lemons and stuff. And, and we have a smaller refrigerator back there. And we have the mixers and ice makers. And yeah, this bar is set up, man. We're ready to burn. We haven't had 2 seconds to even invite too many people. Oh, she's been annoying. Been very annoying this morning. It's just been an annoying morning. That's why I'm on early. As I mentioned before, he got me a curio cabinet yesterday, and he picked up a new dishwasher, so he's going to be installing that. And I'll be busy trying to keep cats from getting under it. So it's this cat city here. It really is. Especially boarding these other two. I didn't think 2 more kittens, because they were kittens, would make that much difference. Well, now they're not kittens, really. They're like adolescents, because they remember age has 7 years to R1. So they get to that adult stage fairly quickly. Doesn't seem like it, but they do. And they're there now. So is Pixie. She's just tall, long, and she don't care what I'm telling her. Stay off the phone. Okay, you can stay there, Pixie. And just squint at you. I've already sprayed enough to have her be toweled off, didn't I? She didn't care. And it's like, well, that used to work. So, so yeah, I'd love to hear what other people think. I mean, I'm trying not to be, I don't know, bitchy about what's going on in my country, but I think I come across that way, and I don't mean to. But I still say I stand by what I said. These parents need to be doing something. They need to, if they're not going to do anything, and it's okay to let them and know that they're going to this campus with tents and breaking in buildings and stuff. If they've got no problem with that, well, our country's in deep shit. And when I saw the mass, stop it, you freaking nut! Ah, boy, oh, jeez, really. All right, that's enough. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Find the towel. Thank you. My chairs go up and down, so it's like getting into an an airline chair nowadays. Like this big. There's like 18 across. I remember when you had two seats and this huge aisle and little bottles of good stuff. Yeah, I said I still have several of my little bottles. And they do when my husband picks up any liquor or liqueurs. If he sees the bottle type, he'll grab those for me because I love those little bottles. Just to line them up. Bring another one. There's only 12. Yeah. You ever flown to Europe? It's 12 hours, for God's sake. The whole time we go, please stay near, please stay near. Okay, please stand down, please stand. Let me off. So I flew a lot. So and when I recently flew, I was like, oh God, no. I'll take a sleeper berth on the train. I'll drive. No, I'm not. I don't want to fly ever again. No, it's so brutal. It's just from the gallery, they're throwing peanuts. They literally did this. They threw the peanuts, because they had their little cart. I mean, there is about this width, because there's no room. How did I get your kids here? Yeah. So they would, anybody want peanuts? Throw your hands up, and then say, yeah, but I did about like 4 or 5. I'm gonna intercept, and then they get down the aisle sideways, taking people's drinks orders and their food orders. Sometimes the flights were really long that I took. But I tell you what, that's the last time for me. And it wasn't that bad. I just went to Wisconsin, but I was good after that. Yeah, I'm good. No more. I'm good. So I hope I can hear from other people that you put something in the account on the in chat. I've got live chat up, but I'm on early, and it's a weekday, so probably most of you are at work. Um, I love my guys out there. Please tell me you're still watching me. Hit that like again. Helps the channel. Before I actually get up here, I have severe reservations lately that I'm doing it right, or that it's a good program. But I'm going to keep at it. I would love to see the hippies, the baby boomers, anybody. I don't care if they're 25. You want to disagree with me? Have at it. I dare you. I really do. I dare you. Come up here on my chat and tell me why you're protesting for Palestine in my universities. Please do that, because it would make my whole freaking year. So come on up here and say so. Huh? Got the convictions to stand behind what you're doing? Huh? You do? Well, come on up. Tell me. Tell me. Because I got a lot I'd like to tell you. There's a lot of people who freaking died. They gave their very lives so that this country could survive. Millions have died over a couple hundred years for this country. And what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You don't think what you're doing is hate? You don't think what you're doing is ending an entire race? That you're committing genocide? You're advocating genocide at a university that's supposed to be one of the top notch in the country. I heard 4 of them, and then I saw, and this was thousands of kids supposedly, and arresting professors, and yeah, they were having a good time. The professors walking off, going, "Yeah, please call." What the hell were you doing out there? What the hell were you teachers and so forth doing out there? Now, this little witch got up on I don't know, one of the news organizations, I believe it was, the next day after she was released, and said that she had done nothing wrong. She was just walking by and she just wanted to see what they were saying. Did you find out, lady? Did you try to tell them what the truth was? Huh? Because then they have a lot different reasons to protest, don't they? I mean, really, I got all the time in the world. I dare you. Come bring your butt up here and talk to me. I'd love a live debate. I'd love any debate with any one of you guys, any one of you. Explain to me, or even try to convince me. That would be fun too. Convince me why I shouldn't be ashamed of my country and you people for doing it, including your parents, your teachers, your principals, are beyond belief. I could do a whole thing on this. I've said man a half an hour. So I hope I hope I reach people. Again, it's social Woodstock, and we need to talk. This is nuts. Open the window and say you don't want to do this anymore. I give a shit. Don't do it. But we don't have to do that. We don't have to open a window and scream and shout. We can do this window. And I challenge any of you that see this. 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. That's all. There's 2 sides to every story. Why is it that you're only depicting one side? The genocidal one. Yeah, that one. Didn't they teach you the English language? Do you know how to look up a word? It's on your phone. It'll tell you what that is. Did you investigate what the Palestinians are doing? Did you hear about October 7th? Would you want to be tied up with your friends while you hear your kid roasting in your own oven? How would you do? Be all right when they beheaded your child? Huh? Still want to have the Palestinians? Huh? Think about this. Find out. Be empowered by learning the entire picture. And then don't force that opinion of yours onto someone else. Yeah, a debate is welcome by anybody, anytime, by me in particular. But, you don't have the right to do what you're doing right now. And if you think that's because it's free speech, get out of my country. Get out. Take your parents with you, by the way. I'd be glad that there's not somebody like me in charge. Because if you're here on a visa, you've been gone. I don't care if your family's not on a visa. You would have been no longer at my university, and if possible, no longer in my state at the very least. I would prosecute you that hard. Absolutely. They're doing much worse to a former president who didn't even get paid while he was in office. He didn't even take his check. Don't anybody remember how they got just absolutely apocalyptic when he said he was going to suspend taxes on wages? Y'all remember that, do you? Huh? No, of course not. And parents, bite me. Come talk to me. Convince me I'm wrong. I'd double dare any of you to do that. Just 2 minutes. And don't be a coward and put in hate crap. Be an intelligent looking for more information. There you go. Be intelligent. Be informed. If you don't like my opinion, I have just as much blooming right to my opinion in my country, in my free speech. And you don't have that option because that's not what you're doing. You are not doing free speech, people. So you're in college and you don't understand that level. This is the other thing I get just worked up about it. Where the hell are the parents? Why aren't the parents going, yeah, no, you get back here. Right after we beat you to death and lock you in your room for 40 years, we're going to go try and get our money back. But no, I don't hear nothing about the parents. So, I don't hear anything out of Washington condemning this at all. It's going to keep dividing the country. And most of us are pro-Israeli, and we have a reason to be pro-Israeli because the 6 million of them were murdered and burned in a crematorium or worked to death or shot, hung, dogs ate. They had to find different ways, and experiment on them, like Bear, the company Bear, makes Bear aspirin. And kept getting 200 women until they stopped killing them. I don't know when that was, probably when the war ended. Bear, company Bear, Bayer, is German. Go buy some more Bear aspirin. This is what I mean by being informed. It's right here. It's at our fingertips. It's on our phone. It's everywhere. So how can they be this stupid? How can the parents not do anything? I have all those questions to ask, and I have yet to hear anybody on any news, and I've spotted it. And all of them are talking about, the people are dying, and they got this thing. I said, yeah, I wonder why. Some of the hostages actually escaped and ran for help to the Palestinians because they used to cross over and work. They got free water, they got free power, and had it made. And they were bringing in billions of dollars and making tunnels that were bigger than the London Metro and went further and so forth. That's where I wanted my tax money, right there. But again, I don't understand where they're getting indoctrinated at. This is what the hell's going on, and why isn't anybody asking that question? If there's reporters and so forth that it's worth their salt, and I think there's still one or two, bless their hearts, hanging on. I think these questions should be asked and answered, but I'll go on with something different because I've had 40 minutes on this. Probably should just devote the whole thing to it, but I don't want to get that aggravated. So I am throwing it in early, as I said. Robert's going to have to put the dishwasher in. And then knowing him, he'll probably want to make breakfast. He makes good breakfast, brunch by the time we get to it. I saw there was some information still about earth changes and what's going on there, the earthquakes and so forth. 160 tornadoes in a day. Trust me, that's not happened before in my life. And that's gotten worse every year. And I've been saying this. And that the tornadoes are hitting places they hadn't before. Example, Dubai. Camels were floating. I hope they made it. But what are you going to do? This is what's going on in the world. At what point do we go, well, shit, this man, hey, we got to, this is our opportunity. And I'm not going to give up. I still think that it's a worthy cause, that it would be a better idea for us to sit and talk about this then let these grandkids or their kids continue to be indoctrinated because they're afraid to be called racist. I'm not a blooming racist, and you can call me shit all day long. It's just going to bounce off. I don't really give a shit. You can call me what you want, then I'm going to keep my opinion to you. And I ain't going to bother probably to tell you what I think because that would be a total waste of my breath and time. It's just not. I'm too old for that crap. I'm with the cops on that. You hit in my face, and out you go. Somebody pick you up later. I got a taser. I got weapons. I got lasers. Try me. It's just ridiculous that we all have to live this way now because you can't really call the police because it's going to take them a while to respond. Because again, they were just delivering a warrant to the house, and 4 died at the scene. 4 police officers died at the scene. 4 more were shot. Where is the hullabaloo about this? Where you think they make enough money that it's okay if they die at 23? Some of these cops aren't much older than that. Some are in their 40s, but almost inevitably they leave wife and kid to anybody else. Better go. I'm being surrounded. Get down. My black ones have come out. We have 4 black kittens that we rescued when the mother died. We had the mother for a little while, and we tried, but we lost her. Now it's like flying cat hair. This is what my husband said. It's bothering me. I do this fidgeting all the time. I'm never sure, and with my temper being the way it is. But again, I stand by everything I just said. So if there's anybody out there that agrees with the organization of protesters for Israel upholding Palestine as the heroes, I've already given you. I dare you. Come up here and convince me of that. Try. Maybe you don't because I'll convince you that what you're doing is so wrong that you should all be not just passed to shame. You should all get jail time at this point. You're committing hate crimes. You're tearing up campus universities and so forth. It's beyond the pale. And none of you should be kept in these schools. You should have all been thrown out. All of you should be expelled. And the parents should all be fined richly. I think the federal government having to step in on a city scale. I think the government should be involved, at least by the state level, and do something. Find these kids, find these parents. I mean, hit the wallets for God's sakes. Say you don't approve. Well, that one thing is going to bother me. I got a little green apple this morning to start my morning. Mm, that's a good one too. Mm, it's amazing what goes with Irish coffee. Anyway, it'll be out at 9:30. Okay, give me that other one. Well, now that seriousness is almost past, I don't ever think I don't think I'm going to get a challenger. I'd love to have one. At least one, just one. Just one. God, I'd have fun with that. Where are the parents? My torch. Um, Again, I can't seem to end that subject. I should, but it's just, I mean, when I think it can't get worse, and I got to quit thinking that because right after I think that, I change the channel, and oh my God, 160 tornadoes, 8 policemen shot, 4 dead on the scene. Diverse earthquakes, and I'm sure there's a fire somewhere in California. Might have been started by the UCLA protesters, and check into that. I mean, if these guys are doing this kind of crap, what else are they doing? They're not learning shit. Mm-mm. And again, I dare you to convince me they're learning shit. How can you learn shit when you do every day? You're standing outside on your campus. You're not learning crap. You didn't learn crap to begin with, or you wouldn't have been standing out there. And same with the however many teachers they arrested who said, "Oh, we just were walking by." Yeah, yeah. I'm glad the military, like I said, has not been called in. I think people don't understand what happened at Kent State. Look up Kent State. Just Google Kent State. I don't have that much time, but I'll tell you now, the National Guard was called out because they were protesting in the Vietnam War. And when you are in the military, especially just when you're in the military period, you are to obey instantly because if you disobey a command, they can shoot you in the war theater, and you might get 100 people killed because you didn't do what you were told when you were told. So that's something you're going to jump right out. They give you an order, you're going to jump it. So I hope to God that the military never has to say fire. This is why I mentioned Kent State. They were again like these kids, I call them kids, they're in their 20s, but they were protesting peacefully, exercising their free rights. And some of the women, this was flower power, were putting flowers in the barrels of the National Guard's rifles, the M14s. I think they had. They might have had M16s by then. I don't know, but I believe M14. Doesn't matter. One of them got itchy, and you can guess what happened after that. I can't quite remember how many were killed, but there's a picture of one girl who's kneeling beside another student screaming with her hands in the air, asking God why. And that's a picture that is vivid in my memory to this day. And I learned about this from a friend of mine when I was back in high school, but this is not taught in any class. It's literally by word of mouth. It was slightly covered at the time by the media. Life magazine, I believe, did a run on it as well. So this is ground we've already been on. It doesn't turn out well. When they got to bring a tank in for the police department to get inside, you got to know that we done lost some control somewhere here. I mean, to me, where's the control? Who's controlling what? Yeah, you're in a free country supposedly. So now they're using those free country laws against us. Has anybody heard about the squatters? Other than laughing, it's not fair maybe, but it's kind of funny what they did say about a billionaire house or $1 million house, whatever it is. It's in a very nice area that very rich and influential people live at. And they have squatters and they have parties all night long with drugs and sex and rock and roll. Right next to every other celebrity or whatever who has their homes there. And there's squatters' rights laws. So they haven't been able to remove it. I believe they did finally do that a week or so ago. But when I first heard about it, it was all like, I just kind of fell out laughing because they deserve it. They deserve it. San Francisco's a sanctuary city. So why are they suppressed when they show up in the nicer neighborhoods? They are every one of them that I've seen, and I've seen many of them now. They don't even have an ID. That's how you don't have to have an ID. I don't know who told these people that. I love the ones who are driving and say, I don't have to have a license to drive. I only have to have a license to drive if it's a commercial vehicle, but I don't have to have a license to drive. Or if they do have a license to drive and the officer stops them for traffic violation, could be just to tell one of them that their rear light was up. So they would know because you can't see it while you're driving, of course. So they stopped them to tell them that. And I'm not giving you nothing. And no, I don't have a license. No, I don't have any ID. No. You know, I still carry a passport. If I'm flying somewhere to Alabama or whatever, I get my passport. Keep that with me too. I have a VA ID. I have a driver license ID. We have countless IDs. It's just amazing, and we have to have them. We do. The people that are new don't. You just can't make this stuff up. So yeah, I challenge anybody to. I dare y'all to come up here and talk to Lady Hippie. I dare all the other hippies to get up there and say something. Come talk. Let's all get together. Let's do this social Woodstock so we can figure out what the hell is going on with these universities. What's going on with all of these immigrants? And these immigrants are in the police's faces. I mean, won't get out of the cars, won't show ID. They don't have it if they do get them. And they'll tell them, if you don't come out and tell me your name, I'm going to have to get you out of the car and I'm going to have to arrest you and take you down and figure out who the hell you are. And they still won't do it. And most of them actually have an ID. I've watched them. It's fascinating to me to go, you're going to jail for stupid. The really wild ones I've seen in the last month, I'll say, those are fascinating. People are going, especially Target. They love Target. Well, Target, Walmart. They go in and they come out with $1,400, $1,600 worth of things that they did not pay for. They just walked out the door with it in the cards. And if they get stopped by somebody, they say, "Oh, she's paying for that." Well, they can't pay for that because they can't bring it up. This outside. I mean, how stupid do you think people are? And this is happening on top of the ones that are doing the smash and grab. So it's no wonder these places are closing. So everybody's losing here. Everybody's losing here. What you going to do when the local Target says it's too dangerous to stay open here and closes? Where are you going to go steal from them? What are you going to do when the local Walmart shuts down because, again, it's too expensive to stay because everybody steals stuff? What you going to do when they're gone? Who are you going to take it from then? Huh? Dollar General doesn't sell TVs. I'm talking where I go shopping, and we have a lot of cats, so we spend a lot of money on things like that. And truly, we don't spend a lot actually on ourselves, but we still spend about, I'd say, $800, maybe $600 a month, depending on the month. I'd say at our local Walmart. He likes the super Walmart that he goes to, and I like the little corner garden one that just does groceries. And that's how I don't buy any more clothes. So I just wonder what people are going to do with all these clothes. I haven't seen it here in Augusta, and I'm very grateful for that. But I did see, and I wasn't surprised. And back to the university shit. So I just, I can't look up. Yeah, Emory was involved. That's out of Atlanta. Well-known school, Emory. And they had one of these. And I'm like, Atlanta. And now it's gone to Georgia. It hadn't yet. When Emory joined the list, now Georgia was on my list of being it's so stupid that you should be thrown out of my country after you fail on money. I mean, I can't seem to leave that subject. So again, if there's some of you out there who believe this to be the right thing that you're doing, chat with me. Leave a comment. You don't have to be ugly, although I was probably pretty ugly. So say what you want. But come up here and talk. Are you afraid of somebody that will talk to you? Are you afraid of saying to someone what you believe and why you believe it and what you've studied and what you've learned to be protesting? What have you learned? Where'd you learn it? Huh? Or who? What? Did a terrorist teach you? Because that's been happening. Because I saw one of the guys that shot the 4 officers and then the other 4. And he was definitely Middle Eastern. And if that didn't scream terrorist, I don't know what does. But I'm sure that's what they're going to put up there. They're not going to say, "Oh, this guy was a terrorist," because they don't want the American people to panic. American people don't have to panic. They got guns. That's why we get that. given to us. It was a right to carry guns. It was our right, freedom of religion. It was our right, free speech, so forth and so on. But you can't abuse that shit. There's a line. Here, no further. Here, no further. And that line was crossed. And it wasn't crossed by the police. And I've seen the police do some things that I, of course, do not agree with. I mean, I've seen them throw pregnant women to the ground, but then they're trying to spit on them, bite them, scratch them. And why make it worse? But they do. They do. Same with these protesters, same with the teachers that were out there. They had no business being out there unless they were grabbing kids and throwing them off the campus. And that's not their job. That's the campus police's job. And they had to respond in force. I saw what was going on. There weren't 30 kids there. There weren't 100 there. There weren't 200 there. There wasn't 1,000 there. There were thousands. They couldn't have all been going to this freaking school. Emory or any of the others, UCLA. No, they didn't have several thousand students. Unless the rest of them were online. I don't know. I'd also like that question answered. I don't hear anybody asking that. I don't see what they call news media, and I call political media. I haven't seen much said except that the protesters were being treated inhumanely. It's just, it's sometimes you look at stuff and you see it and it hits you so hard your hair blows back. It's like, what did I just do? Rewind it back. I love technology because I can actually go back and go, no, they said that. They really did. They said that. I see my time is almost up, but I don't want to go past it because I know Mara has a bunch to do with the dishwasher and all the has to so. And I'm going to try to be busy myself. And my littlest kitten, she's asleep, but she's the best. I called her fierce because she was so fierce, but I think I'm going to call her fearless because she's fearless. I mean, the other big cats don't scare her or nothing, but I'm afraid she'd be hurt by them. Especially my black boys. The two black boys are jealous of anybody that gets too close to mom. So because they always had access to me, all of them. So I had to close off the bathroom and the master bedroom to the big cats because I'm scared they'd hurt the baby, especially when she's sleeping. And I don't want them to wake the baby because she's sleeping. It's just like a human baby. I'm carrying her around with one arm and doing the other. I swear to God, I can't make this stuff up. I mean, I'd like to, but yeah, overworked grandmother. Totally. Totally opinionated grandmother. You bet your ass. I own that. Yeah. And I stand by what, again, that I said. They may take it down, they may not. I'd like to see somebody come up here and take up the challenge of talking to me. Come in and convince me. Come tell me what this is all about from your side. I haven't talked to anybody that's out there protesting. I would love any I will not be disrespectful to you, but I'm not going to be indoctrinated either. So you have your opinion, and I have a right to mine. But I also have a right to mine to speak to you about your opinion, and you could speak back to me. And a dialogue could be created, and we could all figure out what the hell is going on. You know, there's not the campus that you are protesting on. It's there are students there who are Jewish, and you don't think that it's wrong to keep them in such fear. They're scared stupid. I am for them. I mean, I'm scared to turn on the TV and see that another shooting has happened or whatever. It's just every day people are dying, and they're dying here for no reason, and they're encouraging death on a country. It's an entire country and entire people. So genocide is what they're encouraging, and they have to be stopped. And these people need to say the same thing. And I see my Pixie was not going to give up. Yep, she won't. She's like that. So I'm going to get off my screen. Come and see me. Come and have some fun. Or come and talk seriously. I'm up to either one. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, great. If you do share, hit the subscribe. It helps the channel. And I intend to stay in this channel. I don't see why I have so few though, so there may be the well, I don't know. Again, I'm not Joe Rogan. He's cuter. As I like him. I can't wait. I just adore Cat Williams. Okay, I gotta go though. So everybody go out there and do the good thing, do the right thing. And if you stand back and do nothing, evil flourishes. Good things to stand up and say, stop that shit. So come and see me, guys. I want to talk to some of you guys. Um, even if you were a protester, it would be great. But if you're not, but you understand what they're doing, same thing. Come up here. Come to Woodstock. Y'all have heard of it. You still play, some of you play our music. So I would like to talk to you guys. Um, I'd like to see both sides here, but I don't see two sides here. I see genocide, and I see keeping people in fear on campuses. It's got to stop. America is better than this. So come see me and stop being idiotic out there. Get some information. And a peaceful protest doesn't always give you what you need. It doesn't. Then the other side probably doesn't have millionaires that are saying, here's some money, go sit there, do this, go to this hotel, whatever. Somebody's funding this. I don't know who, but somebody's funding this. Because these kids even had new tents. I mean, who's funding this too? That's my other question. Besides where the parents, where is anybody in authority? So I'm going to end it with that. Have a good day out there. Come and see me. Bye, guys. Toodles.